Hello again, listeners, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. I'm your host, Solomon, and as usual, I have my co-host here with me, Chama. Chama Nakamnak.
Boy, I'm good, man. Nak Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas. Season's greetings. Happy Kwanzaa. All, all the celebrations.
Yeah. So how is your
Yeah.
Christmas going? Mine is you are suited today, so Hamnan, it is going
Just
quite so
from, just
nice.
from, just
How is
from,
it?
just from church right now, man. I'm recording in a undisclosed location, which is not my desk.
Yeah,
But yeah, the recording must go on, like you always say. So we're happy, man. Season's greetings to our listeners. Merry Christmas. Wishing everybody a happy Christmas. And yeah, boys are smiling. Meanwhile, the things are going well. But then in the FPL world, things are crazy right now. Everybody's
okay.
just,
Very
shut
chaotic, right?
down. It's
Right
chaotic
now,
right now, man.
it is crazy. It is very
That's why
crazy.
we love the game. That's why we love the game so much.
Absolutely, bring the chaos.
Bring the chaos. We are recording Game Week 19 preview right now, and we'll talk about the usual team reviews for 18. We'll talk about the mini league update, and then the most important thing we'll talk about today is the postponements and the teams that are likely to have a double game week
Yeah,
because of the postponement. So we'll also delve into Ben Crellin's spreadsheet, and Chama will take us through and see what the possible combinations would be.
definitely.
So yes, that's that. Jama, first things first, your game week 18, how well did you do since you played your free hit? But anyways, before you even start, they gave us an extra free hit. So
Yeah,
so
yeah, the announcement. That's a big announcement. Yeah, they an extra
yeah,
free hit for every FPL manager. I know the feelings are mixed when you go to the FPL community. Some people feel they are helping the casuals, they call it that way, but I don't see it that way because casuals you just play the chip just anyhow. And some feel
yeah, they
if
do.
you have the free hit, you played it already, maybe they are helping you. But at the end of the day, everybody have the free hit, the extra free hit. So if you plan it well, if you use it well, it can be helpful for anyone, and it can be damaging for anyone. It just depends on how you use it. What is your feeling about it?
I don't know. Since I haven't used mine, I think what they should have done is to just keep the game as is, not to be reactive. It's,
Yeah,
it's the game. They don't want to be, maybe they're listening to too many FPL managers complaining about the fixtures, but it's all part of the game. We
yeah,
got through last season, which was one of the most unpredictable seasons in FPL with all the pandemics, with the pandemic and players catching COVID, games being postponed, and we went through that as like in a whole season. So come on, like this is just compared to that. I don't think it's comparable, to be honest.
absolutely. I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Yeah,
Keeping it natural or keeping it original, because at the
yeah,
end of the
just
day,
keep it going. Yeah,
managers like the chaos. Some managers can maneuver very well during this period by planning properly, and some managers don't do that. So it is part of the game. We have to live with it. But at the end
exactly.
of the
It's
day,
part of the
too,
game.
this kind of motivates others, because some people, there are some managers out there who are very easily demotivated by, okay, oh, this is so bad, I'm gonna stop playing. So maybe this can rejuvenate them to keep everybody in the game. So it's a win-win, I see. But yeah, I understand your point when it comes to the planning and things like that. You have to know how to plan with this thing, but they are casuals,
Exactly.
so you want to keep the casuals
Yeah,
playing,
that,
so keep everybody
maybe.
happy at the end of the day.
I think so, but we can see that the game is improving, and a lot of people are becoming more of an expert in FPL each and every year because that the points this season so far, even though the season is almost at the midpoint, is a bit close.
Yeah,
So still, yeah, people are getting more experience, but the changes is what I'm worried about. If you start changing things now,
yeah,
maybe in the
you might
next
take.
few years, then the changes will be so rampant. You wake up one day and then things have changed in the game.
Yeah, yeah,
Keep
yeah,
it
yeah,
as constant as possible. Yeah,
yeah, you are right. I agree 100%. I agree.
yeah,
I hope they don't do it
yeah.
as like regularly. I hope.
I hope so. I hope so too. Yeah, we give them a pass for this one. But yeah,
Yeah,
we like I'm a midpoint between casual and and experience. So maybe my say doesn't matter anyway. So
yeah,
yeah. So game week 18. And you played your free hit, right?
Yeah,
How do you go?
definitely. I played the free hit chip, and yeah, it was tight for me because ahead of the game week, I think when we recorded, I was not even thinking about free hit at that time. But then a lot of postponements happened. You know, within the split of a second, anything can happen in FPL nowadays. So
Yeah,
you always expect the unexpected. So this happened, and yeah, I kind of reacted to it because I was only having 5 active players at that time. Those were the 3 Liverpool players: Salah, Jota, and Alexander Arnold, and then and a couple that was James and Cancelo. Those were the only 5 players I had. Of course, these are the top 5 players in the game, but at the end of the day, you don't want to go into a game with less than half of the required number of players. So the only thing I could do was either take a lot of hits to man over that or play the free hit chip. And then looking at my team, I kind of liked the team going forward. I did not want to change the team, and the free hit gives you this opportunity where you can change your team for that particular game week, and then you can move forward with your other team. So I wanted to keep that going forward, and I decided to play the free hit chip. And in the end, the free hit chip worked out well. You know me very well. I play for the points. I don't play like if anything that can maximize my points. That is the way I will go. And the free hit, I ended up with about 39 points when you compare it to my original team. So I see that as a good free hit played. 79 points. It improved my rank from 20k to 6k. I know if it didn't go so well, I will kind of feel like okay, I overreacted and things like that. But I think it was worth it to play the free hit. And the points have
definitely.
sold for it. And yeah, the big one was Martinelli in my free hit team. I had him on my bench. Foden was my vice captain. So Martinelli playing and scoring 2 goals. It was not an easy wait for the second day. Because you have to hope that one of your players does not play so that you can get the 15
Doesn't yeah,
you
yeah.
can get the
That
15
is
Martinelli
it.
points. But fortunately for me, Foden was kind of
Couldn't
on
didn't play, which is
disciplinary
yeah, which is a bit
situation
weird.
with Pep, so he did not play.
Oh,
And
that's the
Martinelli
reason
came
why.
on in the end. So it was good free hit 79. Yeah, of course I would have wanted more, like any FPL manager. I could have just pipped the. Something I was a bit disappointed though was my captaincy. I was not planning to captain Salah. Of course, it's easy to say now, but definitely I was not
In
planning to do
hindsight,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's easy to say now, but definitely I was. But because I played my free hit so late, I played the free hit 3 minutes before deadline. That's when I hit the free hit. 3 minutes before deadline. So I changed my team, blah, 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 and I was on the move because I kind of missed my last train on that day too. I had a crazy Saturday. I missed my last train, so I stopped at Shinyoko. Like there's a lot of places before my place, Japan. So I had to find a way to get back home. Is it a taxi or I could walk a little bit because Japan we walk a lot. So I was walking on the way and I was playing my free hit. So it was a very tense one. So I could not have the chance to even think of changing the captaincy. So at the end, my captaincy
captaincy, yeah,
sticked on Salah and the vice captain was on Foden, which of course I would not have done those two. I planned to captain De Bruyne, so I could not take like I don't worry
mm,
too much because De Bruyne scored 3 points, Salah scored 2 points. So at the end of the day, it's
okay.
okay.
I
Yeah,
see, yeah,
but it was
yeah.
a good one. You two, you did not do
Yeah,
badly
that
for
was
a
a good one.
very difficult game week. You had 58 points, which
Yeah,
was not bad.
I
Yeah,
think 58 points all out. It could have been worse because Watkins didn't play. Broja didn't play. Like a few of my players, so I fielded out 9 players. And I think yeah, Saka did well for me. He finally came through with his points, and I captained Foden. Then the vice captain, which was Saka, came in for 14 points. So I told you like I wasn't going to captain Salah because against I think I wasn't really thinking about this, but you told me that Conte's team is very difficult to play against, especially at home.
yeah,
And it was a very interesting game to be honest. Like it was a pretty open game, especially when it came to Liverpool's defense,
yeah. It
because
was open.
Van Dijk didn't play, and
Yeah,
also Fabinho wasn't available. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that decision to be honest. 58 is not bad. I wish I could have had more. If I had like two of my players or I fielded 11 players, I would have been more confident. But it was a very low scoring game week.
yeah.
And what was the points? 39 was the
39 was it?
average point.
Yeah,
So
was
yeah,
average.
come
Yeah.
on, I'll take 58 any time or any day of the week. To be
And
honest,
how was your rank? How
I
did
mean,
you move?
yeah,
How much did you move?
I'm now closer to the 100k target. I'm now on 209k. So
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
get
yeah.
in there. We get in
So it's
there.
about 200 or 300, let's say, k rise, so which is it's not bad. mean, from my worst rank this season. I mean, to now. Yeah. So we're getting
Absolutely.
there.
We're getting there.
Um. So talking about some few results for Game Week 18 because we already started this. I think in our last
Yeah.
spot. So we just wanted to finish up.
Yeah. Look at the
Um.
fixture. Look at the fixture list. In game week 17, we had like 8 fixtures. In game week 18, we had like 4 fixtures. The postponement is crazy, man.
It's for yeah. It was too much to be honest. It was too much. And the funny thing is, people that even targeted players in these 4 fixtures because
Yeah.
it was 5, I think, and then the other one also got postponed.
Postpone.
So if you could field 9 players, like to be honest, after when I got 9, I was like, okay, this is still like better than most, to be
Yeah.
honest. And yeah, I was pretty happy with it. Yeah. I told you about Leeds and Arsenal.
Yeah.
Leeds are suffering some kind of, I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
whether
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
You got that one
morale.
spot on.
Yeah, I was saying that like suffering that huge defeat against Man City is going to do them like it's going to give them problems, and it did. I don't know what the problem was. To be honest, I didn't really watch the whole game,
I did.
but yeah, 4-1 was pretty rough. But
I
it's at home too. So yeah,
Yeah,
they might
yeah.
they might just
Arsenal
do
were all over them.
they might just do it.
Arsenal were all
Yeah,
over them.
I
Like
see.
I watched the whole game. Because I had Meslier as my free hit goalkeeper. I know everybody thought I was crazy going for Meslier when he's about to play Arsenal, who's gonna dismantle him. Yeah, but it was a big call, and it did not go badly, I would say, because he outscored Ramsdale at the end of the day. Even though he considered 4, Ramsdale considered 1. He got more points than Ramsdale. Um, Arsenal in the first half, they were all over them. Like, he made 8 saves in the first half. I was enjoying that.
Yeah, he made. Yeah,
Of
he
course,
made a
they
lot of
were
saves.
scoring
Yeah,
goals for fun, but he made 8 saves. So I was expecting an extra save to have the 3 points for the 3
bonus.
save points, and then he also got a bonus point in the end. So he would have had 5 points, and that would have been just 1 point less than the highest scoring goalkeeper of the game week. But yeah, 3 points is not bad compared to Ramsdale. I see that as a win because everybody owned Ramsdale. I know he was the better keeper,
Yeah,
but I didn't want to go there because I was on a free hit. I have to try and get some little gains,
you
and I think
try
I
to
got a
yeah
1 point gain,
gain
and I took
somewhere
that.
exactly. Yeah, you try to yeah exactly.
Yeah,
You're right. I
and
mean,
Chelsea,
yeah.
Chelsea are
Chelsea
so
against Wolves,
dry
like,
now.
yeah, I was expecting that draw, to be honest. Like,
That game was
it's
so
not a
boring.
surprising result.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the game,
but the
honestly.
game of the week or
Yeah,
game of the season, Liverpool.
Spurs, Liverpool, yeah,
That
that
game
was a
was
very good
crazy.
game to watch.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was a
spectacle.
good
I
game to
was a
watch.
Liverpool fan and I was disappointed. Of course, we did not win the game because I was disappointed with the
Yeah,
decisions in the game from the referee and things like that. But it was a good football game to watch.
it was
I
a
think it's
good
the
game.
best
It
game I've
was a
watched
very
this
good game,
season.
to be honest.
It was really good.
I don't know. It was just yeah. I think something is there. Something is happening with Spurs, man. Like I'm happy for them, to be honest.
Yeah,
That things are turning around finally. Because this is the Spurs we were expecting when
yeah,
Conte took over, and I think finally we are seeing them respond or give a response to the new coach. And
yeah.
it's good. It's good to know. I'm really looking at Son. Son is looking lively, man. Honestly,
He's in your team, right?
and the thing is, they miss so many chances. No, he's not.
Oh, did you
He's
sell
not in
him?
my team. I
You so
did, of course. I did sell him a while ago.
uh,
Yeah, 2, 3 games ago. I
okay,
sold him. I'm gonna get him back again. I'm gonna get him back, to be honest. I have to.
okay.
Yeah. So the mini league update, the Kotu Classic mini league. Let's
The
talk
manager
about
of the
that. The
week, game week
manager of the week,
17. Let me
game
just
week
Yeah, we have
week
game week 17 and
18.
game week. Oh, I write game week 18 all the way. It's
Oh,
this
you
one is
didn't
game week
say.
17 manager of the week. That is
Okay.
Jamie Dodger. Thomas
Let me
Bright.
do
He's
this.
Jamie Dodger.
Almost right.
That's his team name.
That's game
He
week
had
17, right?
Yeah, that's
82
game week
points.
17.
So
Uh
So congrats, Tommy Bright, Jamie Dodgers,
yeah,
for
and
being Game Week 17 Manager of the Week.
yeah,
And in Game Week 18,
yeah.
we
80.
have Mormor.
Yeah, he was on a
80,
free hit too, like myself.
84 free hit. Wow, look at that. That's nice. 84 points. So congrats again as well to Mormor for being the Manager of the Week for Game
He
Week
captained Mares. That
18.
was a big one. Yeah. I would not I don't think I would have
Like I
had
don't
the
understand. Like what kind of manager would you be to captain Mares? Who doesn't even play?
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
but he had a very good midweek game. I was against Leeds, 7-0. He was very good. And AFCON is coming, so this was the last chance to use him and things like that. Yeah, I
A
could
good
have.
move then.
I would
Good
have
move.
said he would have started, but I would not have been brave enough to get him in my team.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could
yeah.
have predicted he
And
would
then
have
even
started,
captain him.
but
Woo,
not brave. Yeah, especially to captain him, it
yeah.
was something. Yeah,
That's a bold move. That's a very
a
bold
bold
move.
move.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24 points, big.
Okay, and yeah,
The
and
league.
looking at our league table,
I
the Kotu
expanded
Classic.
today. I expanded today because we have new arrival.
You have new.
I
Oh,
expanded to 10.
I didn't even finally, huh? To be honest,
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that. Okay, let's see. I'll mention the top five, and then we can we can go to the other one.
Okay.
In fifth, we have Christopher Blair dropping down to fifth. In fourth, we have Jibril Fall. Third, we have Thomas Bright. Second, we have Ahmed Tijan Suleiman. And then still yourself in first, Abdullah Cham. But then the thing is, I think you're making some way. I think you kind of expanded the gap because it was close at some point, right?
Yeah, I expanded it a bit.
But now, yeah, you've kind of added some points there. And then finally, I've made an entrance into the top 10.
Yeah, that has been the dream since we started podcasting. We have to
That
be
has been
there.
the dream because I don't understand, man. Like, seriously, like I just go in like 1, 2, and then leave again. But now it's straight to 8, which is,
Yeah.
I'll take
It's a
that, to
good,
be honest.
it's a good position to be in. It's a healthy position. You are inside, but you are
So
not
that I
out.
can climb gradually. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, so I hope I continue this form, to be honest. Let's see how it goes.
Let's see.
Yeah, so our potential double game weeks. Let's go to the heart of this podcast. Because of
Yeah.
postponements, we have some possible double game weeks. So Chama, please, we are all ears listening to the
Yeah, this one,
discussion for
this
this one.
beautiful chat from Lego Mane. He's one of the, one of the gurus. He's another Ben Crane out there. He's also very helpful if you follow him. His chats are very nice. So he kind of highlighted everything that is gonna happen during this period because it's a lot of chaos. There is the when we receive our second wild card, where the African Cup of Nations, the period of the African Cup of Nations, you can see on the from the FA Cup round 3 to game week 25. And also there is a lot of postponements happening. Liverpool had another postponement. Leeds had another one. Wolves, Norwich, Watford, and now you can add that Burnley and Everton to have another postponement. So it's gonna be a very hectic period. And also there's a big announcement from the FA Cup. Usually the FA Cup has a replay. Like if you draw the first leg of the FA Cup rounds is gonna be in January 8th. There's gonna be a replay. So the replay was gonna fall between game week 22 and game week 23. But now that replay has been cancelled, has been banished, so that they can fix Premier League fixtures in there. So it means between game week 22 to game week 23, there's gonna be a fixture. So that fixture is gonna be attached to game week 22. To ensure that game week 22 is gonna be a double game week. So what is known is that game week 22 will be a double game week, but who is gonna play those double game weeks is not yet announced. So we don't know the fixtures yet, but there is the announcement that the FA is not gonna is gonna take place. And also the AFCON. The AFCON is very important for every African manager because of Mohamed Salah. Because I think more than 70% ownership in the game. We all know, we all have him. So how are we gonna maneuver with
70?
him?
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like 98 or something.
He's 73% ownership. Of course, maybe there are some brave managers out there or some dead teams who are not picking him in their team. So
I don't want to be one of those managers.
Yeah, I do. So that is important thing. But again, there is another announcement I read from the Egypt FA that they have allowed him to play until game week 21. So Salah is available until game week 21. Is that the case for other African nations? It's not clear. Like Mane, Senegal, we don't know. Like other players playing for other countries, are they going to allow them to play up to game week 21? But they are supposed to be released by game week 28. By game week 20, all players should be released by that time. So at least we have Salah for Chelsea fixture. But who needs Salah for Chelsea away? It's going to be a difficult fixture. If you are being sensible, you're not going to captain him away to Chelsea because Chelsea have a very good defensive team and things like that. So that is something we know. But now, looking at it right here, you can see the teams with their postponements. For example, Manchester United, they have two games to play, Brentford and Brighton. You look at Liverpool, they have Leeds and Arsenal to play. The Arsenal fixture, because Liverpool and Arsenal are in the semi-finals of the League Cup, one of them is going to play in the final. Whoever wins that game will play in the final. And the final falls in the game where Arsenal and Liverpool are supposed to play. So definitely, automatically, Liverpool have another blank game week in game week 27. So that will be rearranged somewhere which we don't know yet. So what is important now is that we know there's going to be double game weeks for most of these teams, but we don't know when they are going to play these fixtures. So that is the big question we have. And now many managers have 2 free hits. They have wild cards and things like that, the chips they're going to use. So how they are going to use it, that is what is important. So this one is just highlighting where these teams are. So, but now let's look at the possibilities. This is 21 and 22. Because game week 21 too, there is the League Cup. So only 4 teams are playing in the League Cup. So those teams cannot play a double game week in that period. But other teams who have double game week, they can be rescheduled there. And according to our guru, which is Ben Krelin, he has some predictions about the fixture. So this is not like a confirmed fixture.
Confirmed yet, yeah.
But there are possibilities. Like, for example, he said, for example, Brentford, they have Aston Villa, Southampton in 21, and they have Liverpool and Man U in 22. So there is a possibility teams will have 2 double game weeks in a row, 21 and 22. So if you're looking at this, and then also we have to credit the producer of this beautiful chart, which is GR. He's also on Twitter.
Very easy to understand.
He makes it easy to understand with the greens and reds and things like that, with the fixture ticker. So it's easy to see the teams that are having very nice fixtures. So you look at West Ham, for example. West Ham will have a double game week in 21, maybe, which is Crystal Palace and Norwich, and then they have Leeds. So that is a very nice fixture to have them. Watford, they have Tottenham, Burnley, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. These are possibilities. So, but this was also it is also behind schedule, because since then a lot of fixtures have been rearranged, because you cannot see Liverpool's rearranged fixture there. So it's difficult. But according to the last night's Ben Krelin's work, which is the most important one because it's the most recent one, these are the possibilities that he gave us. Yeah. And it's also easy to understand because he makes it into possibilities in terms of percentages. Like if you see yellow, it is very likely that the double game week will fall there. If you see orange, it is likely like 60 to 80% according to his calculation. And purple is from 40% to 60%, and anything like light blue is less than 40%. That is his prediction. So a lot of fixtures are going to happen during this period. And a lot of managers will want to use their chips, like the free hit chip. Now you have 2 free hit chips. The big question is now Liverpool has a blank this game week. So is it wise to use your free hit and go away from the Liverpool players? But then you need Salah for Leicester, which is a very good captaincy option. Yeah, exactly. I had a lot of FPL, a lot of content creators saying that this is the best for captaincy because Liverpool play Leicester in game week 20. So you will need Salah for that game week. I don't feel that way because you know me well too. Captaincy is always about the team with the best fixture playing at home. And I don't feel Salah have this fixture. And also looking at his form recently, he's not scoring those outrageous number of goals to warrant that, okay, Leicester Salah is the best captain for that. Of course, he will be rested for game week 19. And he will be fresh for game week 20. And then there is also Chelsea. And then he will be out. So for me, that is where the way up happens. Are we going to keep Salah? Or are we going to go with the free hit and then have Salah for the next game week?
I think it depends. Go on.
Yeah, for me personally, I have used my free hit. So I cannot use any free hit. So if I give an opinion, it could be a biased opinion that I don't think it is necessary to use the free hit. But it depends for team per team basis. If you can put out a team that is good enough, like 11 players, which means you are selling Salah, I don't mind that. But if keeping Salah, also keeping a 13 million on your bench just for the sake of captaining him against Leicester, I don't see that as a good point. So I think selling Salah is an option. It's not the It's not the like outright option, but it's an option. What do you make of it?
I mean, the problem is, if Salah leaves my team, he's gonna leave my team because of the AFCON. He's gonna leave because of 2 or 3 games that he's gonna miss.
Yeah,
And you don't want to see that amount of money tied up in a player that's gonna be in your bench for two games. You
yeah,
understand? I don't want to transfer Salah out just for 1 game. And even if I transfer him out, there's nobody in the league right now that is more impactful than Salah.
absolutely not.
Like he is leading the charts by a margin. The
Yeah,
next best player there is Trent, right? Who's
yeah,
a defender. So you can only imagine. So there's no for me personally, I don't think there's a point. If you can't field like 10 or 11 players by just using your free transfers, then that's fine. Just do that. But I mean, it could work if you play your free hit and get rid of Salah and get the best. I think I sent you a draft of somebody who like came up with a very free hit team,
yeah,
including players like KDB and like very impressive.
yeah,
Yeah, that's fine too. But talking about these double game weeks that you just mentioned, with the Ben Crane spreadsheet, I think honestly there might be few more postponements that are gonna be
possible.
announced. You never know what's gonna happen. We are still in the season where like there's a lot of outbreak of the COVID again, like the new strain. So you never know if you might need that second free hit chip later on in more dire circumstances. You understand?
Yeah,
So like just in a game where 3 players are missing, and you can even get it down to up to maybe just 10 players. That's fine. I mean, you can just weather the storm and just put a transfer in and then just see how it goes.
yeah,
But you might need that chip later on, and you regret using it early. So for me,
yeah,
I thought about it and I said, okay, you know what? I only have these 3 players. Let me bench them. Right now, I only have 10 players. So just make a transfer and then bring in like somebody who has a very easy fixture, which we'll talk about later. That's it for me. I was still
yeah,
really thinking about playing the free hit.
yeah.
It does
Exactly.
look tempting, It
Exactly.
is.
So the important thing is about the captaincy. I think the captaincy we will discuss it later.
Is it for once? Yeah, for
Yeah,
once
as long as you
it's a
have
bit
the best captain,
tough.
as long as you have the best captain option for this game week, like of course Salah is
You
not out
should be
of it.
fine. Yeah.
He who usually is the best captain option, he's out of it. But of course there is somebody else who can be a good captain option this week. So if you can get those players without dismantling your team, I
Yeah.
think
Then you should.
then you should exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you are in a dire situation like you have 5 players or 6 active players this game week, then the free hit is the best thing to do. Of course, is the best thing to do.
Mm.
But it has to be a circumstance where yeah you are not in a position
Yeah.
to fill out a good team. But I know if you have 2 free hits, you are so tempted to say, okay, I have to, I can
Of
throw out
course,
one.
let me just use one.
Yeah, but the free
But
yeah
like I think.
personally I use the free hit
Go
when
on.
I'm struggling, right? When I feel I cannot have
Yeah.
enough points,
Exactly.
personally, I prefer to use the free hit when I am really struggling with the team I have. Of course, if you play it in a double game week, like the points can be very huge. Like game week 22, many managers are also thinking about that, either playing 22 or
Of course.
playing it
Yeah.
now, or because it's a double game week, right? You have a lot of, but by that time, I think most of the players that you are going to double game week with, like are going to have a double game week. Most of them we are going to be in your team because those are the players we are targeting. If you look at it naturally, those are the players we are targeting.
Mhm.
The West Ham players, the Manchester United players, things like that. Tottenham, they're going to have a double game week. Now Liverpool are going to have a double game week. We already have those players in our team. So you don't need to use a free hit in that circumstance because you already have most of those players. So, but when you are struggling, when the chips are all down, I think the free hit is a very viable option. This is how I
Yeah.
like to
That's
use it, and that was
that's
my
why.
situation
That's
last
why.
week. I was struggling, so I
Yeah.
see it
Yeah.
as a
Exactly.
good way to play it.
Yeah, for me, I was saying that like the it's still uncertain what lies ahead. In the next few game weeks. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Things can get worse. You might think that double game week, and next thing you know, a lot of these games have been cancelled, and then you're left with like 3 players. Then you can use it.
Yeah,
So if we have two, even though I'm against having the 2 free transfers, I mean free hits,
uh-huh.
free hit chips. You understand? But if you have two, it doesn't mean that you can play one and still have one. You understand? You can use it to your advantage right now because,
Exactly. When you have the
for example,
advantage.
I didn't need to use it. I didn't need to use it, and I was fine. So right now it gives me an advantage to see if any similar circumstance happens. Like I can really use my free hit, and even another one, even cover another one like two. really like bad circumstances should happen out of the blue, even though we don't pray for it,
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Moving on. Are we gonna talk about any special stats for game week 18?
Yeah, we can look at the team
Just
stats for the
to
season so far.
summarize.
Let's just look at for
Yeah,
the season, because these game weeks they have been so they are not in the same order, so actually it's not
it's
it's
difficult to get.
chaotic.
Yeah.
So let's
Okay.
just look at the season start, how teams are doing, how
Let's
players are
just
doing.
brush over it.
Yeah, just brush over it. Like this is
Just
the
do
team
it and then
statistics
we'll go
for the whole season so far. Attack wise,
on.
Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea, they are still dominating that category. Of course, Chelsea were not so doing well in attack, but now they are coming up. And Arsenal are, and they have a lot of cheap options, which we will discuss. That is Salah, Saka, Martinelli. What a game week he had last week. And their midfield options are cheap and they are good. Smith Rowe, who keeps on coming on off the bench and keeps scoring goals, he's doing so well. And Man United, we know the fixtures are gonna be so nice for them going forward. They are also in the top 5 with the new manager. Unfortunately, he did not have the chance to play a second game. I think he only played one game against Norwich. Still, it has even old that move, right? A lot of weeks since Man United plays, it has been a while, right? It's crazy. It's crazy. The season is
I think it's good. If you look at it, it's good in a sense that he's a very tactical manager. You understand? So that this might have been a blessing in disguise that it gives him enough time for the players to start, understanding his tactics and his philosophy and his style of play. So what you saw in the Norwich game, which was the first game, was just too short for the players to start. But now, they've had a few more training sessions. You understand? You might see what we expected from him.
Just like the
in
Tottenham
next
situation. You see, like when they were the rest they had, it kind of completely changed the way they play.
Exactly.
You can see a different Tottenham. You can see an identity.
You can see a different Tottenham. I was impressed, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. So you look at the bottom, Newcastle, Norwich. Burnley is the worst team when it comes to attack. So if you want a clean sheet, I think Burnley is a team to target this season. They are not scoring. Chris Wood is not in form. So yeah, but unfortunately their game this week has been postponed. If you look at the defensive stats, where of course we want to see the whooping boys, which is important for our captaincy, which we will discuss this week. Captaincy, who is the best captain option, because there is no Salah, so we can at least have some chat there. In terms of best, Man City is at the top. They are number 1, of course. They completely dominate that one. And now, in the past 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, they are looking like the best attacking team. They are kind of closing the gap when it comes to Liverpool. Look at their XG. Liverpool 45.9, Man City 43.2. It was a huge gap at the start of the season, but the gap is closing down. So that means over the last few games, Man City have been the better attacking team than Liverpool. But then still we are having the problem of the Pep rule. It's even becoming so much of a problem these days. With KDB coming back into the fixture, Mahrez coming back into the fixture, Sterling coming back into the fixture.
They have so many options.
You have a lot of options, so it's becoming even more difficult. And people are kind of thinking of selling Foden, which I don't see as a good idea, even though he was not started last game week. And then you look at the whipping boys.
I got him in for that game, but we'll see.
We'll see and then you look at the whipping boys, Norwich, Leeds, and Newcastle. This is why I'm so disappointed that Salah will not play against Leeds this season at home. This is so much of a disappointment. Because last season he scored the hat-trick against Leeds, and Leeds were so dejected when they played the last 2 games. Imagine Leeds playing Liverpool this game week. It would have been bloodbath, that one, I think. Because of the defense that Leeds play, the defensive play they play.
That would have been...
Everybody would have captain Salah. So I think it's a good thing that Salah is out for this game week. But I'm so disappointed as a Liverpool fan, because this was a game I wanted to see.
It makes it interesting, because this is what we're used to in FPL, where everybody's trying to figure out who's the best captain. You understand? Yeah. But Salah has made it so easy this season. You just put it on him and let's forget it. Start focusing your attention or your resources somewhere else. You don't have to worry about captaincy.
Absolutely.
But now we have to do the work now.
But the real whipping boys are not Leeds though. They are Newcastle United. And this week they play Cristiano Ronaldo. So
that's what everybody's.
So this week, if you don't have Cristiano Ronaldo, you be in the mode. You don't even watch the games, because he's a fresh Ronaldo, rested Ronaldo, coming to play against a Newcastle team that is so bad defensively. So it could be very interesting. So
he's the one I'm scared of not owning this.
Yeah, I would say if you don't own Ronaldo, you should do anything to get him this week, even if it means a free hit if you don't own him. But if you can transfer him in by one hit, I would rather do that than using the free hit. That's my take on that one. Yeah, okay. And then let's look at the players. Your boy Saka, he is coming when it comes to the numbers. I know you are always critical of him because he's not giving you the FPL points and he's in your team. And I can understand, but you should feel a bit unlucky. He's an underperformer so far this season.
I think so. I think it's unlucky.
Yeah, he has been really, involved in 11 big chances so far this season. His expected points is 77.4, but he only scored 71. So he has underperformed by -6. And I just wanted to highlight that for you, because you are a Kings. You have held on him for a very long time, but he has not delivered like he should. But he is giving you a long point, 7 points, 8 points here and there. You are having those ones. He has been consistent. He has not been the best point giver at Arsenal, but he has been consistent. That's how I would say. That's why, because if you see a Martinelli outscore him in 2 game weeks in a row, you will feel hard done by. You expect at least Saka to have to be ahead at some points. But then you look at the overall, Salah, of course, that one I think is a normal thing. Everybody knows that now. Mane, Jota at the top, 3 Liverpool players. So the Salah, Mane going to AFCON is crazy. If Salah had gone and Mane was staying, I think everybody could have just moved the sideways move. But both of them are going. And Mane underperforming hugely. He's the biggest underperformer this season so far with -18.8. And Salah is the highest, not the highest, he's second highest overperformer. Trent is the highest overperformer because he's scoring goals.
Trent has been seriously overperforming.
Yeah, he has been serious, but we know he will give you the numbers. So if he overperforms, that is a bonus. Exactly, similar to Salah, they will give you the numbers. So you just hope they overperform above that. So which makes it even better. But top 5, that is it. Salah, Mane, Jota, Cancelo, Trent, Antonio keep dropping down, but he's still the best striker when it comes to underlying numbers. Best striker in the game. So that's it. Bernardo Silva is still there. Bowen. And the Man City defender, Diaz. We are not paying a lot of attention to Diaz, but he is been a very good FPL asset this season. 84 points so far this season. It's a very good number. You see players like Sterling coming into the picture. Gallagher he's there. And Son too is climbing up the ranks. Any interesting player here? I think they are all usual, except Pookie.
Yeah, the usual suspects, to be honest. Yeah, I think this is what we have been expecting this season. So I don't think anyone surprises me so far, unless things change in the next few game weeks. So
definitely. Okay. Definitely. So we can move into the fixtures for this game week.
Yes. Let's look at game week 19 fixtures. Apart from the one that everybody is talking about, everybody is scared of not owning Ronaldo, like you said. Newcastle, Man United, and Man U, like I said, also they have hard time, even though with a few postponements, they've had time to gel. I think they've been training for a few days now. They're back in the training ground for a few days.
Yeah.
So you can expect that they'll be sharper and they were well rested. Cristiano is the man to have, to be honest.
Absolutely.
But we all know it's not easy to get him because he's expensive. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, personally, I have him because of, like I said, when I did my free hit, I had the players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Bowen, Antonio, and these were the players I wanted to have over these fixtures because West Ham, they have a very good game against Southampton. Man United, I knew they were going to play Newcastle. I had De Gea too. I had 2 United players. So those were the reasons why I played the free hit because the team was so good after game week 18. So I didn't want to lose it. Ronaldo, like I say, this game week with Salah out, the captaincy, I think is not going to be even a debate. Even though we can consider the Tottenham boys because they play Crystal Palace. But as we know, Crystal Palace is one of the very good defensive teams in the league. They are not showing it in terms of clean sheet, but they are one of the better defensive teams in the league so far this season. And Man City, who to captain? Maybe Cancelo, because he kind of looking like the player who is prone to Pep roulette. If he is available, he plays. He plays 90 minutes every game except the one he was suspended for. So you can consider him. And Leeds are so bad defensively right now. Leicester City are so bad defensively right now because they don't have any defender at all. Last game against Liverpool in the League Cup, Ndidi and Soyuncu played at the back. And then Soyuncu, their best defender, got injured in that game with a hamstring.
Only,
So in the end, they
uh,
only had Ndidi, and they had to bring
tough
in
luck.
an COVID from player like Vestergaard, who is just from COVID, suffering COVID. So he had to come into the team and had to play. So they are going into the game against Man City without without any of their first choice centre backs. No Evans, no Soyuncu. Fofana, we know he has been out for a while. So Vestergaard is the only recognized centre back in that team going into that fixture. So Man
At
City's
least I mean,
attackers,
because he might not have recovered well.
and then you are playing the best attack. Like I just said, Man City are the best attacking team right now in the league. They are, of course, over the course of the season, Liverpool. But over the last few games, which I did not highlight, Man City has been the better attacking team. We saw it with their 7-0 win and their 4-1 win against 4-0 win against Newcastle. So an attacking player from Man City is a very good option to consider. But Ronaldo against the whooping boys in Newcastle is just too good, I think. I think that is the fixture to target. If I could, I would even have 3 United players.
I mean, honestly, I think you have more faith in my team than me, the Man U fan. I'm hopeful, but I don't want to get my hopes up too much. You understand?
Yeah,
So yeah. If like I'm really thinking about it now, you are trying to convince me to probably play the free hit. It's the only way I can get Ronaldo into my team, to be honest, by playing the free hit. But I have 11 players, and I'm thinking of doing a move that might just have me watching the game behind the couch, just hoping that we don't score too many goals. Imagine a fan of Manchester hoping that they don't score too many goals against Newcastle. Yeah. So we have 3 postponed fixtures in 19: Liverpool, Leeds, Wolves, Watford, Burnley, and Everton.
yeah,
I think apart from the one that you mentioned, which is the 2 Man City, Leicester, and Newcastle, Man U, those are the standout games for captaincy. But like I said, Norwich, Arsenal. Norwich obviously they're open boys, but then for some reason when I watch them play, they were not too bad, but they keep conceding goals. That's what I don't understand now. So, and this might be one of the few games for Arsenal where they have a good fixture, and then after this, it starts getting a bit tough for them. So I think it might be worthy to maybe invest in Arsenal, which I'll talk about later in my transfers. I'm going to make a transfer for one of their players against Norwich.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
Norwich,
those are the
yeah,
games that I
Norwich.
think stand
Look
out.
at if
Yeah,
you see, they were the whipping boys at the start of the season. They were at the bottom. They were even
yeah,
worse
they
than
were.
Newcastle.
Yeah,
Now they are 18,
but they are moving up a bit.
and you can see they had a change in manager. The new manager kind of changed them in terms of they are keeping more clean sheets. They were winning some games,
Yeah,
and
they
they are
are.
not conceding a lot of goals. 1 goal is the maximum that they have been conceding for the last few games. So I think they have improved defensively. To be honest, they
They
have
have.
improved defensively. Uh, but Arsenal, they are on high. The kids, their young boys are doing really well. So I would not put it against them to score 2 goals against Norwich, or at least 3 goals, maybe. So I think they are also a good option to have for captaincy. But who? Who can you
Who
trust
do you
there?
captain? That is the thing. That is the thing.
So it's good to have them in
Yeah.
your team, but I don't think they are just ready to be considered for captain yet. Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah. But Son too
Okay.
is not a
So
bad pick.
yeah, Son. But Crystal Palace, man, Crystal Palace now is not a bottom 6. They are now in a mid table team. The way they play and the way they've been, giving the results. Honestly, yeah,
Yeah. How
I
about
don't
West Ham?
expect that Spurs will go to Crystal Palace and dominate and score 4 or 5 or something like that. It's going to be a close game, to be
How
honest.
about West Ham? West
West
Ham.
Ham, Southampton is also a very impressive team. You know that, like we this season they have been in games that you think that they're going to be trashed. They come out maybe with a draw or very close game. So it's not an easy fixture for West Ham, to be honest.
Nice.
Yeah.
But we also we have to look at Gameweek 20 fixtures, right? Because it's gonna be midweek. So let's just look at them and see what happened.
The one that jumps out to me is like you said. I think Man U, Burnley.
Yeah,
Even though Burnley are not really bad defensively,
yeah,
the attack that is really bad.
yeah.
I'll start thinking about bringing in like a Dallo that I know for sure might,
You can
because
get
that
a
was my plan anyways,
clean
to bring
sheet.
in a Man U defender, get my clean sheet, and just, yeah, because I'm planning to get rid of the Chelsea players like James that I have in my team, because
Yeah, but
because like we all know
their
that
double game week is imminent. I think for the Chelsea players now, you should wait a little bit because of the
after the double gaming. Yeah.
yeah
I think Liverpool, Leicester, that one looks good. Like you said, Leicester defense
yeah.
is really bad. So
Yeah,
captaincy for sure.
definitely. I know I might not be having Salah for that game week. I know I'll be terrified not having him because Leicester are bad defensively. But again, it is like a long term thinking. Then after that, he played Chelsea away. Then after that, he's out away from the AFCON. So why should I keep him for this game week? I'm still in that thinking mode. But yeah, it's gonna
I
be. I think
mean,
he's gonna be a good captain for that game week. But so do I think about Manchester City players. So do I think about like Cancelo. So do
but
I think about Ronaldo.
the,
So
the thing is, you're trying to convince yourself. The only positive, or let's say
mm,
counter you can have to not going like with Salah in this game is if the player you're bringing in for Salah is has the potential of outscoring Salah in this game. But we all know the Salah this season like doesn't have any equal. That's the
yeah,
thing. He
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah. I like that. I like that thinking that you're having, right? I'm gonna bring a player. For example, Son is my thinking. Son is in my thinking that we will discuss later. So Son plays Southampton away. Salah plays Leicester away. It's not if I had Salah, I will captain him because I think he's still a very good pick, right? But I don't see the difference that's huge. That's huge of a difference where I am afraid to have Son instead of Salah. I don't see that huge of a difference just for this game week. Yes, Leicester are bad.
Okay,
They are woeful. But it's away to Leicester. And for me,
okay.
I
The
put a
thing
lot of
is,
emphasis on away and home fixtures. I put a lot of emphasis on it. So I can see Liverpool winning that game, but I cannot see Liverpool going there and then scoring 10 goals or 5 goals, something like that. I'm saying 10 is too outrageous. Scoring 3 or 4 goals or something like that. I can see Salah scoring, but so do I. I can see Son scoring. I can see Salah outscoring Son. So, but I cannot see that huge of a difference where I will be scared to own the other one instead of Salah. But yeah, I think Salah is a good pick. But also you have to
okay,
remember that after that it's Chelsea away.
uh-huh,
I will never captain Salah against Chelsea away if I have a good fixture. You know that I will
okay.
not do that.
So what is your reasoning behind um going without Salah 1 game week early than the usual where you should have taken him
Okay,
out?
the
Like
reason,
you said yourself, the best game week to go without Salah because of the Chelsea game,
yeah,
and then after he goes for the Africa Cup of Nations, right?
yeah. Okay, the reason
So
is one.
what is the yeah, okay, go ahead.
First reason is blank game week 20, blank game week 19. Liverpool play Leeds. The game is cancelled. So I either have to put Salah on my bench. And you remember that I have already used my free hit. So I'm not in that option of playing the free hit. Even if I was in this game week, the fact that I have 9 or 10 players already, I can add 1 or 2 players to have 11 players will mean I will not play the free hit, even if it was this week. Last week was a different case. 5 players is different from 9 players or 10 players, which I have this week. So the first reason is the cancellation of the Leeds fixture. So the fact that that game is cancelled, I cannot put Salah on my bench just to wait for him for the next game, and then to not captain him for the Chelsea game, and then to not have him for the next subsequent 3 games, the AFCON. So it just does not make sense. It just does not worth it for me. I can ride it. Salah do belong
Mm,
sometimes. Salah do score less than 10 points sometimes. Salah have not scored a double-digit return since he did in game week. I cannot remember now when he had 12 points or when he had the 24 points against Man United. I think I cannot remember exactly the number, but it has been 5 or 6 or 7 games. Salah has not scored a double-digit return. He can do it. I 100% know that, and I will not. It will not be an easy watch not owing him but it just does not make sense to me to have a player who will blank this week. That is the most expensive player in the game who will blank in game week 19. And game week 20, he has a somewhat of a good fixture. It's not the best fixture. Leicester away is not the best fixture. They are way better fixtures than Leicester away. And then to play Chelsea away, to have him for that one, and then to only lose him for 3 games, which includes the best double game week that Liverpool will have, and he's not going to be involved in. So it just does not make sense over the 5, 6, 7 games to keep Salah. That's the thing. That's why I have to.
yeah, I think
That's
that
why
I think
I'm
I think
considering
that
selling
that
him.
that that makes sense. I think you've giving us a solid point for your early Salah out move. Let's not waste more time. So the long view, the next 6 fixtures. So I think we have a graphic for that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
See what the fixture ticker says.
Yeah.
There's a lot of red for those of you that cannot see postponements, and I just hope that this is the end of it. I hope we don't have more postponements
Yeah.
because according to the fixture ticker for the next six game mix, which is from 19 to 24, Everton have the best fixture with a lot of blue here. Then West Ham, then Manchester, Watford, Newcastle, Norwich, Crystal Palace. The funny thing is, at some point, I think about a few game weeks ago, Manchester United had the best fixture ticker, but they haven't played any of those games. so,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you
they are
see that
still up
it
there.
keeps on
United are still
changing.
up there,
Yeah.
third.
Yeah, but we are forced with a lot of greens, but now all those games have been, they need to be, like you said, possible game weeks in 22 and
21.
whatnot, but it might
Yeah.
change. So yeah.
So yeah, it's beautiful, right? Most of these teams at the top, Everton, they have a blank game week to play. West Ham, they have a blank to play. They have a double game week to play. Sorry, Man United, Watford, they all have these top four all have a double game week. So that even make them even a better fixtures at that pick because this only considers the fixtures as it is at this point. There is no double game week prediction or
Yeah.
anything. So West Ham, especially West Ham's case, in double game week, there is a possibility they play Leeds at home, Norwich at home. So this is why Antonio, even when I heard about his COVID, I said, no matter what, I'm not gonna sell Antonio.
You will get. No, the thing is, I had him.
Uh-huh.
I sold him, but I was gonna get him again.
Yeah.
The reason I sold him was because I was thinking that maybe Bowen can cover him. But I think looking at the fixture now with the double game week, I think it's better to have both of them in your team. To be honest,
Yeah.
I think it's the way to go.
And our man is back, DCL, and Everton at the top.
I mean,
It kind of coincided with. Huh?
Yeah. I just wish he stays fit and he discovers his scoring form as soon as possible because we need a striker right now. That's what we are yearning for. The game yearns for a striker that can actually score goals.
So will you be tempted for him in game week 20 against Newcastle?
Of course.
Because game week
Newcastle 20.
Because game week 19, their game has been postponed, right? 19 is postponed. So 20, they're gonna play Newcastle at home, which is I just showed you they are the whipping boys. DCL coming back. He was possibly playing for this game week 19. Rafa said he was gonna be available. He's 100% now, they say. So another week or another midweek or another 3 days of training only give him more chance of playing, right? Will you be tempted there?
Yep. Of course. Because right now I have 3 strikers. I'm gonna say my transfer for this week, the one that I'm going to use to complete my 11 players, is a striker just for that game week. Next game week, I'll go with somebody else, and I have the funds to cover him. So of course, it's gonna be.
So who will you sell? Who will you sell to? Oh, you have Dennis. Dennis is going to AFCON too, maybe, possibly. So
yeah, Dennis is gonna leave my team. He's the one that's gonna be transferred out for, like I said, like I was gonna say in my transfers. But yeah.
Okay.
I can afford him. Yeah, I can.
So how about United? Are you not tempted to, because of these fixtures? What are you gonna do? What is your, because as you are a United fan, you don't own any United player at this point in time, but they are at the top. They are number 3 at the on the ticker. What do you make of that for your team? What, you don't feel any? I know you don't trust them as much as I do, but do you feel uncomfortable not owning them?
The thing is, I would have been okay owning Bruno, but Ronaldo's price is too expensive. I need to see something. They just need to prove something to me. Even if it's Newcastle and they go and I miss out, I want to see. I don't want to put my money into something that is gonna be, I don't know. But let's wait. But most likely, I'm gonna get Dallo and Ronaldo. I might get a winger, but I don't know which one. Maybe Sancho, Rashford. You never know. But I have the funds because Foden can transfer into any team because it's expensive enough, and I have additional funds. But if Salah is going to leave, you understand, I will have a lot of funds to spread around. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just, I think we have been mentioning it for the longest time. So I gave me 19 teams now.
Yeah, your team.
How does your team look like? Yeah. Okay, let's go with my team. My team as it stands, I can't really see the graphics.
Okay, let me go to my team. And
I have James Cancelo. I can see now. I have James. I'm going with because of obviously the postponements. I'm going with a 5-3-2. The very peculiar formation. Ramsdale in goal, James, Cancelo, and who is that? Trent is there, but he's going to be out soon. Duffy and then Livramento. Then the captaincy for the boss team right now is on Foden. Then I have Saka and then Bernardo Silva. And then I have Watkins up front and then Broja.
Bro, nice.
Yeah, Broja. Yeah, Broja. So transfers, I haven't made any yet. I was gonna bank, but since there's a postponement, I'm gonna bring in Lacazette against Norwich for Dennis. So that is the plan right now,
Lacazette.
as it stands. What about you?
Yeah, but yeah, I want to talk about Lacazette a bit because Arsenal too, they have a double. Because right now, for me personally, okay, I'm thinking, even when I make a transfer, I thinking about the next one, right? Like the double game weeks and things like that. So, like I said, it's a good pick because Oba, as we know, he has problems at Arsenal now, so he's not playing, and the AFCON is already imminent, and he's gonna go. So Lacazette might stay in the team, but I see Lacazette as a decoy player in the team. He's no more the Lacazette where you expect him to score the goals for the team, to be their talisman to score. But he's more of a decoy. He's playing off the strike, like playing, coming, dropping, and then letting the kids go do their thing, like the Sakas, the Martinelli, the Smith Rose. But he's always dropping. If you watch the last game,
like a false nine type,
like a false nine, exactly. He's playing that way. So I was not impressed. I had him on my free hit. He gave me 5 points, a jammy assist, which they had to give. I think 30 minutes after the assist happened in the FPL towers, we were complaining, the owners, we need our assist, and then they gave it to us. So yeah, but he was not 4 goals. He was not involved. He was not involved in the chances. He was not trying to score goals, things like that. He missed a penalty the last game too. So I see him as a very good player for the system, but not a very good FPL asset. But I think you see something else in him that makes you think that he could give you the points and things like that. But yeah, for this game week, and
to be honest, I didn't really think about it because I didn't really think much about it because he's the only available striker right now in that price range that has a fixture.
Yeah,
and I have to feel because my midfielders I cannot touch them. All of them, like Jota is out, Trent is also out. You understand? And Salah. Those are the 3 Liverpool players. I don't want to transfer anybody out and bring them back next game because they're expensive. That is the problem.
Yeah, but you don't want to lose. Yeah. And I understand you don't want to lose Salah, right? No, I understand you don't want to lose.
Not after Leicester, yes. After Leicester, I can't. He's gonna go out. It's gonna be my team.
Yeah, that is the issue there, and yeah, and you're gonna play with how many players then? 11. You're gonna have 11 if you bring
11. Yeah, because Trent is gonna leave, and then it's gonna be
on the bench for Dennis. Yeah. I get it.
4-3-3. Yeah.
So Laka is gonna come in. Well, it's a but yeah, I will be very worried if I don't have Ronaldo.
Whatever I get is fine. Yeah, whatever I get. I mean, the only way I can get Ronaldo and Son is by playing the free hit.
Or taking a hit.
Since I have to now.
Or taking a hit with Salah. No, there's another way.
There's no point. I'm not gonna take it at this point.
Yeah.
Hit for Salah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not an option. That's not an option for you, but it's a possibility. It's a way. Okay, that's the way. Yeah, for me personally, let's look at my team.
Your team?
I brought in Martinelli.
4-4-2.
4-4-2. I'm playing. I brought in Martinelli for this game week. And this is after he had, he was the hero in my team last week. I kind of did the transfer like on the last weekend or Friday of Monday. Of course, the advice for every FPL manager is to wait for your transfers, like wait as late as possible to make transfers. And I can even emphasize that for other FPL managers to do that. But yeah, I made the early transfer because I like Martinelli. But yeah, on a serious note, I had the Liverpool game was not cancelled at that time, but of course you should know that as a FPL match that there could be a cancellation in the game. Maybe because I get rid of Maddison for him. Maddison, who plays Man City this week and then play Liverpool next week. That's why I did not want to hold him for those fixtures. But also here, I'm trying to justify my move here. But it is not justified. I should have waited a little bit to get Martinelli. So it was a wrong move to make the early transfer. But it's not wrong. It's not a big deal anyway. So I brought in Martinelli because he had the good points on my, like he was the hero on my team last week with 15 points. So I wanted to continue with him, and his price was rising. So at the end of the day, I still benefited because his price rose since I brought him in. His price rose by 2 from 5.2 to 5.4. So I gained something there, but it was not the right one. Again, I would say. So that's the move I made. Now I have 11 players since the Liverpool game has been cancelled. The Wolf game has been cancelled. I have King, Alexander-Arnold, De Gea, Bachmann, and Salah. So I'm now 10 players in my team, but I already made my move. So I have to take a hit to get 11 players, and that is the hit I am considering, which is Salah to Son. For the reasons that I explained, I don't see the point in holding Salah for this period because I don't see the points worth in it at the end of the day. So I will bring in Son, and I am backing Son to outscore him for that period. Like for example, if I combine this game week and next game week, Son is gonna outscore Salah if I captain Salah. That is how I look at it. Or even if I combine it to the next 3 game weeks where Salah is available, 2, which is Chelsea and Leicester, Son is gonna play. Let me just look at this fixtures. Where is the double game week? Sorry that. Tottenham. Where is Tottenham? They play Crystal Palace, Southampton, and Watford. Crystal Palace, Southampton, and Watford. Exactly. Crystal Palace, Southampton, and Watford. So if they play those 3 games and Salah play Leicester and Chelsea, I'm gonna back Son for Crystal Palace, Watford, and Southampton for sure. For those 3 games over the Salah 2 games, I'm gonna back Son. That's why I'm gonna do that Son hit. Even with the hit, even with the -4 for Salah, I'm gonna back Son. So yeah, it's not easy to justify because of what Salah has done this season and what Son have not done. It's not easy to justify, but I'm gonna back him personally, and I'm gonna do that. That's the move I'm planning to make. Bring in Son for Salah, and I will wait unless the game is not cancelled. Like I will wait until the latest point possible, and then I make that move. Do you have any comment on that?
I mean, it's a solid explanation to be honest, but for me, I just feel like Leicester is just the one game before we can all let him go because um
I
as
agree.
much as Tottenham have been impressive, Southampton is a very defensive, they're a very well run team. You
Yeah.
understand? Like I don't think there will be a hole. You never know, but I don't think there will be a hole in the Southampton game against Tottenham. Meanwhile, in the Leicester game, you can have a haul for Salah one last time before he goes to the AFCON. But like you said, it's not about one game; it's about like 3 or 4 game mix down the line. So it's an investment, you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So we've come to the end of the pod. Anything you want to discuss before we close? This is
Uh,
Christmas, man.
yeah, it's Christmas.
Let's
We
start.
should
Let's
close
start
now.
the enjoyment.
Yeah, you should start the enjoyment, and yeah. Unfortunately, this season we don't have the Boxing Day early kickoff fixtures because of the postponement. It's sad. I know it's
Oh
tradition
yeah,
when it comes to football. Like football
it
fans,
is. It
that
is. It
period
is.
Boxing Day fixtures.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, COVID times is difficult. So everybody stay safe
Mm.
out there. Of course, we have to enjoy because of the Christmas period. The New Year is coming up. So just stay safe out there, everybody. And again, the Jollof Football Bantaba YouTube channel. If you are new around, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you like what we do, please hit that like button to help us to support us. But yeah, I have to let my man go now. It has been a long pod. I think about 1 hour. More than that, maybe. I don't know. Maybe less.
Yeah.
Less. Yeah. But yeah, and everybody, may your arrows be green and enjoy the football, the little football we have. Hopefully, we'll have another game like Tottenham Liverpool this week, which cheered us last week. Even though we only had 4 games, that game was so good. Hopefully, we have another, classic like that one.
Yeah, we hope so too. We missed the early kickoff, but anyways, let's hope that no other games are postponed. Anyway, so we can enjoy the ones we have.
Exactly.
So thanks, guys, as usual for listening. Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and then be safe out there. All right, catch you guys on the next one.
All right.
Bye.